My father drove my ex-wife to her divorce attorney 4 times during our proceedings. I found out from his mileage log, left in my glove compartment after a fishing trip. The dates matched her appointment confirmations exactly. Allison and I divorced in 2021 after 8 years. No affair, no single cause. Just 2 people who'd stopped reaching for each other. My father met her at our wedding and seemed indifferent toward her the whole marriage. He lives 40 minutes away in the house I grew up in. He kept a mileage log for his retired teachers union. I found it on a Tuesday and didn't understand what I was reading until the 3rd entry. The log had 12 trips to Westerville over 11 months. Allison's attorney had a Westerville address. 4 certified letters had come from there, so I knew it by heart. The entries spread across those same months, each marked appointment in my father's handwriting. He'd kept these logs for years for union reimbursements. I'd seen them my whole life and never once thought to read a single line carefully. My father and Allison had never been warm to each other. She found him difficult. He found her unpredictable. That was 8 years of observation. After finding the log, I went back through 2 years of Sunday calls in my head, trying to find what I'd missed. He'd asked about her occasionally, in a way I'd read as polite. Going back through it now, those questions seemed more specific than I'd noticed at the time. She'd called him first. I found that out by calling her directly 3 days after the log. She'd saved his number from a group birthday call in 2019 and reached out when our marriage started failing in early 2020. I asked what she'd told him about me. She said she told him the truth as she'd experienced it. I asked how many calls happened before she mentioned the attorney. She said 4. I wrote the number down on a notepad. 4 calls before the attorney came up. Then he'd offered a ride. Her account of his exact words. "Let me know when the appointment is." He offered. She hadn't asked. I sat with that specific detail a long time. I asked Allison if she'd understood what she was doing accepting my father's help while negotiating against me. She said she was desperate, and he was kind, and both things were true. I asked her not to call me again that day. I put the log on his kitchen table the following Sunday. He looked at it a long time. I asked why he'd called Allison when I told him things were ending. He said she'd seemed scared and alone. I asked if I had seemed scared. He said I'd seemed fine. I asked if fine was the reason he'd driven her to an attorney's office 4 times. He said it wasn't about sides. I told him driving her there was a side whether he named it that or not. He said she had no family in the state, that she deserved not to face the process alone. I asked if he'd thought about what her options might cost me. He said the settlement was fair. I asked how he knew that. He said because it was. I sat at his table thinking about how little I'd told him during the proceedings, how I'd tried to protect him from it. While I was doing that, he'd been driving her to her appointments. My sister called 2 weeks later, said she'd known, not about the ride specifically, but that Allison and our father had been in contact. She'd noticed Allison's name on his phone in 2021 and hadn't said anything. I asked why. She said I'd seemed to be handling the divorce fine, and she hadn't wanted to add to it. 2 people had decided that about me. I asked when I'd stopped being someone who got to know things about my own life. My father left a voicemail last week, said he loved me and believed he'd done the right thing. I've listened 4 times. The settlement was fair. I know that. But I'd finalized it believing no one I loved had a different